Dang. This is all new. Hopefully you can hear me. That'll be changing a whole bunch of shit again. I didn't screw anything up. Nate, what's happening? Ah, shit, I forgot to turn all that on. Well, there goes that one. Already foobarred one. Can you hear me? Hope you can. Yellow. Hello?
Hey, hey,
Oh, I was
you
calling to give
here?
you a progress test. Or a progress update.
Didn't
Not
see.
not a bit of ice in the holes.
Oh, even when you got back, there was none.
None.
Uh, that shouldn't take care of the issue then.
That's what I think.
Oh,
A little more, I'm gonna have to get Randy and actually chisel these out and shim them.
oh, that much water early, you know.
Well, yeah, they're frozen tonight. I gotta get out here right away during the day tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, chisel, chisel, chisel.
Yeah.
Wow, you should be able to chisel from the inside even. Might be all you need to do.
Yeah. I can tell you right now that's all I'm gonna have to do. I'll just put the block and tackle on it to lift it up enough to put the shims underneath it and call it good.
Yeah, yeah. Quit that and rolling them.
So, yeah, you can tell we got bad weather coming in.
Why that?
Fish ain't, well, it's nighttime too, but even the bullheads I was seeing last night ain't around yet tonight.
Really?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
So,
Oh, shit. Goes to bed.
sounds like a good idea.
Oh,
Well, I just wanted to call and let you know I came out here. It wasn't, everything was minty perfect.
good. That's all we wanted.
Yes, sir.
Oh, so that means I guarantee we're not down to the real cold temps yet.
Well, it doesn't matter. I fought with it all year, having to chisel them out.
Oh, you gotta think that first weekend we had that fucking 30 mile and 40 mile an hour wind.
Right, but that was the thing. Even after that, when we got the warmer days, I was still having to fight the holes freezing out. So, all right. Well,
Well, good. You won't have to fuck with that this year.
nope. I got to work tomorrow. I got to work tomorrow, and then I have Sunday off. Work again Monday, Tuesday off.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta run into Wilmer in the morning and stuff with the surplus. I just pulled one of them fucking pulleys from the back. See if he has any there. I'm trying to think of how I can get a fucking hook point. It's down low. Yeah. What I'm gonna have to do to get fucking pulley up above the leaf spring. Oh.
Call, go get a bottle for your welder and send it. Make one.
Aw. All I need is, I think if I just get a bigger rectangle piece of metal.
How big of a piece do you need?
Oh, it's gonna have to be all inch and a half all the width of the spring, and I'm guessing at least 8 inches tall, and probably a good 8 inches long.
There's a piece of steel that's like welded together shit in my garage. Just me messing around with the arc welder. I mean, if you want to cut that apart, I mean, that's the steel you need right there. I think it's, I want to say it's 3/16. No, it's heavier than that.
Yeah, by the time I get down, it's gonna be the main thing of how much room I got left. I gotta keep enough room for everything. They told me kind of fuck this up from the get-go, because I should have had the bar across the top, all of it. So right now I'm only using half a leaf spring.
Ah,
See, that front mounted solid. So...
yeah, and you can't even put an extension wrap on yours if you wanted to,
No.
because where your door's at. They make that. A lot of guys have been putting that extension pole on, welding it to the end of their leaf spring,
Yeah.
and then shifting them forward a little bit, and it seems to work a hell of a lot better.
Oh. Well, like I said, if he would have made it right, but, I mean, this is better than what it was.
Yeah. Well, that's the same thing I went through that other fish house.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, it's 110 times better than what it was, but...
Right.
Oh.
All right.
There's been one full piece that went over the top that fucking you hook the cable to. The leaf spring should have been set solid.
Yeah, I don't know. I usually run when I did the last drop axle frame. What I do is I put a kicker off the. I put a solid end on the pivot end, and then I put a kicker out off the end of the leaf spring going out.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's what I'll end up doing to this thing in long run.
Because the last one I did, I actually put I actually ran a bar across the top of the leaf spring, and then ran that. That's where my pull point was at, and then the leaf spring was mounted to that on shackles. And that actually worked out pretty good.
What it should be. That's the way it should be set up.
So.
Oh, for some odd reason he did it this other way. Oh, yeah, my pull and everything is off the fucking back half of the leaf spring.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah, so it's not. So what it's doing is tweaking your spring when it's pulling.
Yep.
I'll just get it set up for this year. It'll be a project for next summer. Get out and refab that whole
well,
fucking
like I
thing.
said, I'm gonna revamp this and do it the right way, and then that'll get me my fucking fender mount on top of it. Or replace them on a fender on both sides. So, but way it fucking goes.
Oh yeah, it don't ever quit.
I thought he did it before, and after it was all said and done, then he told me that was the first one he's done. So,
I've done a couple of them, but it's just like every time until you know, it's a constant process of development. Like now, if I did them, they would all be on. I'd set them up based on ATV winches with synthetic rope.
yeah.
You know, 5,000 pound ATV winch on each side.
So, like Carson, he was out watching me pull that pulley off, and he's like, "Where'd you pull that off for?" It's like, "Because I had to get 3 more of them." This like snatch block this fucking thing. It's like I'm sick of battling it.
Yep.
Ugh.
Well, when we refab them next year, means you get a 12-volt system. We're just gonna wire 2 winches on 2 separate controllers on it on key fobs. So when you get out of the Yukon, you'll be able to hit 2 different key fobs, and it'll set that fish house right down for you.
Yeah.
So.
Well, no fun of it. The sad part is we gotta take the fucking crank system and everything and move it back. Didn't leave enough room.
Yeah. Well, that's the nice thing about a pulley system is we can put that winch in any direction we want to put it, and if you want a hand crank, you can do a hand crank, or otherwise just do the ATV winches or UTV winches and set them up.
Yeah.
You know, and we can put them whatever direction you want.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, it'll be a deal for next year. Oh.
I have to get on it earlier in the summer on that one.
No, I won't.
Oh yes, we will.
Why would I have to get on that early in the summer?
I'm not saying earlier in the summer instead of waiting until there's already ice on the lake.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
I don't know. Like I said, hopefully Surplus has something laying around that I could use.
Well, like I said, if anything worse come to worse, I know Harbor Freight's got the bigger ones for trucks and stuff like that. They're just, they're the bolt through with the big loops on. But those will work too.
Yeah, that won't work. My main thing is, I'll just have to have to bracket off from the house frame, move it back. Be the hardest goddamn thing to do on mine. Well.
All right. Well, I'm gonna get.
Actually, no, I won't even be cutting that bracket off. I just gotta cut the backside of it off.
By the sounds of it, what you're telling me, and I guess you'll have to show me when you bring it out. By the sounds of it, it sounds like we should take the whole system off and just redesign the fucking thing. Go off the mounting pedestals that are there and figure out where we can go forward or back to.
Well, where my pins go in can stay the same. That ain't an issue. It's just where I come back and then it angles up for my winch.
Oh, you know what?
That part off, and I'll have to get another tube to mount to the fucking frame.
Well, or we can go off to the side of where your pin goes in. Off to the side with a pulley. You'll have to mount the winches all the way to the front, but you can definitely drag it that way.
Yeah.
Go around the corner to the corner of the fish house. You know, because you're going to be mounting them jacks anyways, so you can make a plate for the winches. It'll just run right, you know, right at the bottom of that door. Go right
Yeah.
along the frame with it.
Yeah, I could run it even that way.
And if that's the case, if we
Oh,
center it,
no, I can't.
why?
Because that's where my main pivot point is.
I don't know. I'll have to look at it again.
Yeah.
I'll have to look at it. I mean, I'm
Can't send a fucking cable through a pivot point. Why? No, I'll just have to move what I got here back. Oh, that'll be the end of it. So, oh, or the way it is. And then, yeah, it ain't gonna be that hard of making it more complicated than what needs to be. Oh, so, I just gotta get that other long bar across the top of the shackle. Or across the top of the leaf added in.
yeah. We just got to see where what I'd like to do is see what the natural squat is that spring when it pulls down, and then set it up for that. So
Yeah. Yeah, its shackles will be getting turned. Going up the top and have to mount the spring actually through the fucking 2x4 or 2x6 metal that's there. 2x4 metal. Oh well. Well, just get it so it's fucking easier to crank up and down now. That's all I'm worried about for a year.
yeah. Well, if you got any questions on the block and tackle shit, give me a holler. It's pretty natural. It's pretty natural for me.
Yeah, I should be alright that way. So I think I'm just gonna probably end up with a piece of chain coming up and over to hook the cable onto. Actually, yeah, probably won't even be that. Probably use the same bolt pulleys on. Just get a hook point off of it. So,
I mean, depending on how shit wild we want to get, like I said, if we can mount the winches up, you know, like your window height, get them up that high.
oh, you're not getting up that high.
Well, if we can find, that's what I mean. It's just a matter of fabbing because if we could, how thick is your frame? 2x4?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we could go 2x2 steel right through the frame, and that'd be your. You can put a pedestal right on that for your winch mount. That way you don't have to mess with anything else you got set up. All we got to do is put the winch mount set up, or even a new hand crank mount.
Yeah.
So that way you got better, you know, it's not pulling straight down on that system. It's just got to come forward more, so you got some angle to it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, there's a back pull until it gets down, then it's damn near straight. Right now, when it's down where it should be.
yeah, so
So,
that's what I mean. We'll get an angle. We'll get an angled pull on it with a snatch block set up, and whether you want hand cranks or whether you want to go ATV winches. But I think the best thing to do is figure out where we can go in between your two holes with a piece of like 3/8 wall 2x2, and go straight through the frame with it from one side to the other and build a pedestal off of it.
yeah, same thing I got going already.
Yep. And just make one just for the winch pedestals out front, or not all the way out front, but yeah, between the leaf and the door. Because you got what? You should have a couple of feet there yet, don't you?
Well, going to the back I do. Going to the front I don't.
Which side of your crank's on?
They're on the back.
Oh, perfect. Even better.
Oh, going to the back I got plenty of room.
Yeah. So then
I'm about 2 feet there.
yeah, we can run them all the way, you know, run them right to the back there, and then, well, not right, because your holes are right in the back corner, ain't it?
right in the back corner, and
Well, we don't even have to go. We can go right to the frame on the back of it. We can weld right along the back of the frame there. And then you can put your jack system on. You clamp your jack system right onto the winch mount frames.
yeah. Oh, yeah, you just have a lot of fucking cable running along the frame.
No, because it'll sit up. So the way it'll sit is like if you can get the winch up about halfway up your fish house, so it articulates the angle coming down. You know what I mean? It's way less drag on the winch.
Oh, you're fucking... Well,
Because it goes down to a pulley, goes down to a pulley on the bottom, goes back up to a pulley on top, and comes back down, and then the hook, depending on, well, we might do 2 pulleys on the bottom, and then go back up to the top with the hook. Well, we won't even take the hook out, but, you know, clamp the cable down. And, I mean, you'll be able to crank that thing like it's butter. You'll be able to just put your drill on it, or your impact on it, and just,
yeah.
so...
Yeah. Oh, like I said, I just gotta get... Oh, damn block and tackle set up for this year, and then, yeah, move that back. Don't have to raise it, I mean.
No. I would raise the winch up, though. Make it so it's comfortable for you to crank on it. You can put the winch anywhere. But, you know...
Problem is, once it's up in the air, it's perfect height.
Right.
But if I put it there, then I'm going to be fucking 1.5 foot higher yet by the time I'm done winching.
Right, but that's the thing. As it's coming up, you're going to want more leverage going up. Going down doesn't mean shit, but when you're going up, what's easier to do, crank down by your hip or crank up by your chest?
Well, it's easier to crank down low to bring it up.
I always thought it was easier to crank on your chest because then you can stand and push away from you. Push out from your chest.
No, because then you can't plant your feet on ice.
You ain't gonna have a whole lot of cranking to do if we set it up right. I mean, it's gonna be stupid easy. And then if you decide to go winches, you ain't got to worry about where it's sitting at. You can just.
Yeah. That's like I'm saying. Yeah, I'll also have to take what he has here, move it back, and
Yeah, we can go straight back from where you're at too. It don't matter, wherever you want them. I just want to make it easier for you to, you know what I mean?
like I said, the height is fine with them. I don't have an issue with that. It's just all the fucking weight there.
Yeah. So, and that's the thing too is we'll go to a synthetic rope on it, get rid of the cable. That's what I had to do with the plow on the 4-wheeler. Found out the angles with the plows on the 4-wheelers. That's how you keep the cables from breaking. Normally, I'd have broke this cable 3-4 times already, and I ain't broke it once yet.
Yeah.
So.
No. No, it'll be a matter of just reposition, you know, move them back after I get my top bar ran across. You know, where to set it.
I mean, we can get really crazy with it. We can run a frame, a halo right around the top of the fish house, and we mount the winches way up high.
Yeah.
Everybody be looking at it, be like, what the fuck? Be like, that's for winching out the big fish. Those are my...
I'll be able to keep everything the way it is. I'll just have to add an extension gusset, or a different gusset into it. That I can mount my hook plate into, or hook bolt into on bottom. So... Unless I do a double on bottom and come back up and tie, or hook on top. Which could do that too.
Yeah.
Took gussets out, just wired them out for a double pulley down there. Oh.
Yeah, we can do it. I mean, like I said, I just got to look at it. I mean, I've looked at yours, I don't know how many 100 times, but I just can't put it in my head right now. Well, you know, it's way easier for me when I'm looking at it. Because I'm thinking we might be able to do drag. You know how my block and tackle's loose for pulling the hole sleeves up?
Yeah.
I'm thinking we might be able to do the same thing for yours. Keep it loose so that way if ice gets bound up behind it or, You know what I mean? So that way it'll move it. It won't spin sideways or nothing, but it'll keep it loose. So that way if ice, if ice gets around it or whatever, all you gotta do is crank on it, it'll pop right out.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it'll pretty much be the same way yours is.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is we can build the hook perch right to the top of the, so where your pin goes through the leaf spring.
Yeah.
Okay, we can actually weld 2 perch hooks right to the top of that leaf spring. Yeah. That's what I did on Boucher's. When I did boat, I had to redo his. That's what I did is I welded 2 U-bolts right to the top of the leaf spring. Solid welded them. And they haven't broke yet, and I did that 6 years ago.
Yeah.
And he's pulled that son of a bitch down the road with no pins in it.
Oh, no. He did mine and he had the fucking pull point on the shackle.
Yeah.
To begin with, and first time I used it, I called him. I'm like, this ain't gonna work. What do you mean? It's like I'm pulling awkward on my shackle. I can't get the fucking pin in.
Yeah, no, his I put a, so where his shackle is on his,
Yeah.
where his shackle is, I actually went out from underneath it and put another pull point underneath that.
Yeah, see, that's, now I got a pull point above it. We took 1.5 inch by 1.5 inch square tubing and put a flat plate over and a U-bolt around the spring.
Yeah, see, when I did his, I put 2 U-bolts on the bottom, 2 U-bolts on the top. I mean,
Yeah.
and literally just did a block and tackle setup between them.
Yeah. Which I guess is all I have.
So, but yeah, his old fish house, that thing cranked up like you wouldn't believe. Well, I put it to this way: you could put a 1/2 inch drill on it and turn it up. You didn't have to put an impact on it. You could just put a 1/2 inch drill on it and crank it up.
Yeah.
With a
I mean,
socket.
I have changed nothing, tell you the truth. Oh. Bye.
Yeah.
I may get by with what's here. Just have to do a little adding. Oh, bye.
Yeah, when I got done with his ice castle, man, all you had to do was all you had to do was put a drill with an extension on it, and he could run that thing right up. He couldn't believe how easy that was.
You know.
So.
And then yeah, the frame ain't gonna be fucking nothing. I also have to drill a hole on the bottom side of the frame in and another hole through to where I gotta have the fucking bottom pulley. Oh. So just have it so the cable comes out the front of the bottom frame and up to the fucking pivot frame. And I'll drill the hole there and bolt it in.
Yeah.
So, which that one's nothing. But I'm more secure with this fucking front one. I haven't had a single issue except having replaced fucking cable.
Oh yeah, by the way, no ice on the windows, no fogging up either yet.
I shouldn't once you're up to town. And staying constant.
Yeah, but I think putting that insulation on the windows, because that insulation holds heat.
Yeah.
So. All right. Well, I'm going to get to making me some dinner. I haven't eaten yet.
Yeah.
So, I'll give you a holler tomorrow when I get off work.
Alright. Alright.
All right.
Talk to you later.
Yep. Bye.
Yep. Bye.
What is happening, everybody? I don't even know if this is going to work.
Super Bowl champ says test.
Nope. Got to redo it.
Super Bowl champ says test.
Well, I hope y'all can hear me. I ended up working late, and then grabbing some stuff, setting some stuff up.
We urgently need your gift of $25 now to help provide one survival food box with all of the essentials they critically need for their diet for 1 month.
Hopefully reception's a little better tonight. I hooked up my old Wii Boost.
Celebrate the miracle of Hanukkah.
I was pulling one hell of a trout. Pulling one hell of a draw.
Jickerjack 18 says, yeah, it's working pretty good.
Man,
This is the first time in over 70
I've been tweaking on things.
with faith.
I didn't stream a lot of it because I just didn't want to hear, you got a line in yet? You got a line in yet? You got a line in yet? No.
We're saying
I got all winter to fish.
hate to
I just need a couple of days to get everything set up right.
and we brought eggs. Let's make sure that it's finally here.
Barracan asks, got a line in yet?
Yep, got 2 of them in. Any other dumb questions?
Got a second line in yet?
Yep. Any other dumb questions?
Got a third line in?
That's illegal. Why are you trying to set me up? Why are you trying to get me kicked off Twitch? Why are you trying to get me arrested?
Got any grapes?
Got any corn?
Yup, in about 6 hours.
Huh.
Bubba says, got hooks on the lines.
Nope, we don't catch no fish this year. I've already made an announcement. I don't want to care. I don't care about who catches the most fish. Let's see him do what I'm going to do. Not catch a single damn fish. Yeah, not catching a single fish. That's what I'm going to do. So, Sunday is,
Jickerjack 18 says, well, family, I'm back at the hospital. You guys have a good night, and I will catch you later.
all right, congratulations, man. Make sure you put some pictures of that baby on the Discord. So, my objective,
Definitely, I will do that.
Dash, thank you for the 1,000 biddies. My objective is going to be to, I'm just kind of riding this lake out right now. I want to move. I just got to wait for the other lakes to get safe. And right now, if we get this 11 inches of snow they're talking about, I don't know what I'm going to do. It's going to be me and a bunch of guys out here with four-wheelers and snowplows. Pushing snow as far as we can. Because,
Ruger says, LMA just asked what's the difference from any other year.
at least I'm out here trying. What's her problem? She should try fishing sometime. Put her, you know, that thing she doesn't know how to do anymore. And she said she was going to catch more fish than me last year, and I didn't see that happen. Oh, wait, that's right. That would require her to actually go fishing. Do something.
Ruger wife says lol. She said she's ready to fish this year. We'll see.
Yeah, huh? Yeah, she's ready to fish this year. Uh-huh. Oh, that's it. Her trash talking means nothing anymore. She didn't even go out last year. Her trash talking means nothing. Zero, zilch, nada.
Yes, she did.
Pictures or it didn't happen.
She just didn't get off the top bunk to catch anything.
Too busy dreaming about doing the tootie taw.
Fish House Nate says, yeah, that snow next week going to take a toll on the lakes.
Yep. Well, I might have to go get old Gus out of retirement. Go start flooding some lakes.
Ruger wife says actually, I think she did help me in a couple of the 2 or 3 a.m. bites.
Look at Mom coming to the rescue. Or I think she might have. She did not. She didn't even go out on the lake. Lie to somebody else. Yeah, I'll be out. We'll be out flooding lakes if that's what happens. Taking some pressure off of them.
She did go on lake, just not much.
I think I gotta go to that
Big
side.
Daddy Yells Ruger 2506 just subscribed for 39 months in a row. Fish House Nate says it going rain first wave sound.
This is what we pray for, and this is God's plan.
Now, if it snows and then it rains, it won't be so bad. Or a mix, it won't be so bad because they'll pack some of it down. That's what happened out here last year. But last year we lucked out because we had a really, really cold ass 2 weeks after that. It just built ice like a son of a tweezer. We went from 7
It's
inches.
going to be wet snow.
Well, if the temps stay up to where they're supposed to be, it'll probably all turn into water, which won't be bad. Because we're supposed to have like 38-degree temperatures, and that should turn it all into water. But if we get a straight 11 inches of snow, we'll be out flooding lakes. Pretty sure I got to be over that way more. Right over there. Well, I wanted to get on top of the spring and see what it would do. It's not really doing a whole lot. But then again, I get out here after dark, and after dark's not a real good bite out here.
I might as well keep my fish house in storage.
What do you mean? It's still early yet. How the last few years we ain't even had 8 inches of ice until the week of, or just the week before Christmas. Or at least in quite a while we've been out on the lake. Normally we get that 2-week thaw out period.
If we get the snow,
I ain't gonna hurt nothing. Still gonna get cold.
Big Daddy yelled outdoors with OG just subscribed for 9 months in a row.
These are my people. This is my land. This is what we pray for. And this is God's plan.
OG, thank you for that resub.
Rotax says the ice will heal by New Year's.
Oh, yeah. Rotax, was it my first year streaming on Twitch that we had that issue? That's why I said, if anything, out here, because this ice is already thick enough to be on it, we're just going to start shoving snow away from where we're fishing. Jump on four-wheelers.
OG says I'm hoping it will still be good on Monday.
Oh, yeah. It'll be fine.
Rotax says not sure, but first year of my wheelhouse I put the shack on New Year's Day. Had 2 months solid on the ice.
Well, last year you fought a lot of snow,
OG
didn't you?
says gonna go snipe Soggy's spot and see if I can't get me some crappies.
This lake here is usually really good for a daytime bite. The only thing you usually get out here is bullheads, and I was trying to avoid the bullheads this year by getting over the top of this spring.
Rotax says last year was late ice and a shit show of slush.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys got hammered up there.
Walleye Akichi Ta says how's the bite?
Non-existent out here at night. It's like mini Lake of the Woods. And with my work schedule, I'm working in the middle of the day. If y'all missed it, Walleye was streaming today. Somebody give that man a shout out. He was streaming from Lake of the Woods today.
OG says LMAO. Not as good as yours way walleye.
Y'all make sure you get on the follow list for him because he was up on Lake of the Woods and they were killing it.
Daddy Shark says hey all. Walleye Akichi Ta says I'll be back on tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Glad to see you streaming again, brother. I was lurking at a few streams this morning.
OG asks what time walleye.
Then you guys get to the inside of that beautiful shack of his.
Walleye Akichi Ta says around 9. Barracan says damn 2 streams back to back Walleye Akasita. You got outdoors with OG beat by a mile lol. OG asks was that his or was it a rental?
That's his. What the hell would he get a rental for? His is lighter than the rentals. I'm running my Wii Boost in here. We kept having streaming issues yesterday.
Why did they kick him off then? Walleye Akichi Ta says Flanders talked me into turning my stream on.
Good on him. I miss watching your streams, man. You're one of the, you and Soggy are two of the OG guys that I watched when I first came to Twitch. I'm trying to think. I think one of the first streams of yours that I seen is when you were up in Alaska. I think it was you and your nephew or something that were up in Alaska fishing. It's like a minty perfect 65 degrees in here.
Rotax says was cool seeing the LoTW gang for sure. OG asks Walleye, you need help with the IRL chatbot?
He does. Forgot about that. I've just been so damn busy just trying to get out here. And then when I got out here, because I'm doing something a little different this year. Every time I bring stuff on, I got to take stuff off.
Akichi Ta says y'all haven't figured out how to link them together.
OG will whisper you. Or whatever, Facebook Best or whatever you guys. These new hole sleeves are mint. These holes didn't freeze up a bit. I had this fish house on 1 all day today. It maintained right around 50 degrees in here. I thought Mr. Snacks was going to come out here, but he got really, really sick today, so. But
OG says I can help you unless you want to wait for Soggy.
I was hoping to go out and scout another lake tonight because rumor has it that one's got about 8 inches on it. And that one's got a good bite all the way through. I mean, it's not a good bite. But it's a decent bite daytime and nighttime. We don't have any really hard biting lakes around here anymore. Once the city folk figured out they didn't have to drive all the way up north to do some good ice fishing, they just started stopping here. instead of driving all the way up north, they stop here. But once the big lake is completely frozen over safe enough, I'm gonna move and groove on that lake. And try this lake out until that one gets safe enough, and then I'm going to chase my wall mounters this year.
Walleye Aki Chi Ta says I'll take any help I can get. Double X Peach 57 asks who is this prick on my Twitch. Lol, much love brother, how you been?
Good. I did country fried steak. Hey Dash, how you feeling by the way? My phone went dead watching Walleye stream. I didn't have it charged all the way up, and I should have brought my charge box with me, but I did ham steak and fried potatoes today with a
Love
sweet roll.
the setup, brother.
I do too. This is where I relax. This is my zen. I come out here, I live in the middle of a lake.
Sick.
And it's honestly never bothered me a damn bit if I want to go catch fish to eat, I know where I can go catch fish to eat. Literally take the four-wheeler and the portable and go get some fish to eat if I want to go get them. I can just go right over here. Or right over there. They're just not thick enough yet to pull this fish house out on. We're kind of debating right now whether we're going to pull this off. We might pull this off Sunday night just to be on the safe side. Because I got to work Monday during the day. Or I might just have to find somebody to work for me. As long as I can keep the snow at bay, I'll be good. But we're only supposed to get about 5 inches on Monday, which means if I get out here right away with the four-wheeler, I should be able to push that no problem. 11 inches, I might have a problem. I have yet to have to chain this four-wheeler up. I don't want to chain it up. Got a brand new set of tire chains sitting in the garage for it and never put them on.
Really, that's good. I got 2 feet of show coming.
I left the light on in here all day. Just thought I was kind of putting some light down the hole. What is that? Where are you?
Fish House Nate says don't start till late Monday night. Double X Peach 57 says that four-wheeler is a beast.
Yes, it is. Got something down here messing around. I think we might throw some waxies on there. Tried the minnows last night. They didn't work. Try some waxies tonight. See if they work. Got y'all. I didn't have bait on the hook. Now what? Oh wait, I got a glow ring. We should use that. Set this down a little further.
Just stopped by to say hello. Got to work early tomorrow. Take care, brother.
Well, I know that feeling. I don't have to work early, but I got to work in the morning. Appreciate you stopping in. Thank you. Come on, fish. Took me a little while to get to sleep last night. Always does the first couple of nights in here. See, I purposely pointed this light back this way when we put this together initially, just so that way the light's going that way, not right down the hole.
OG says, I'm gonna refresh you, Ron. You are a bit out of sync.
Ain't gonna do no good. I don't have my cloud server's not running right now. I couldn't afford to keep it going this month. I made the fish house my priority. No fish house, no ice fishing.
Ah, okay then.
So I gotta wait. I need about $130 to turn it on. 124, I think it is. I'd say 130. Because they charged me a $3 processing fee. Not the server, but my card.
Gravedog 666 asks, can we see the rest of your setup?
I charge for tours.
OSX Rob asks, how much ice do you need to get the fish house out on hard water?
This one I'm saying about 8. I didn't weigh it this year. I just guessed by the amount. We kind of figured how much weight we put in here. Pretty close to 1,000 pounds I added this year. Because I put 200-pound cylinders in here. The whole sleeves, we figured about 60 pounds a piece. The battery bank. Some of the new stuff we put in, we figured we were pretty close to 1,000. I always round way up. So that way I'm better safe than sorry. I think 8 inches is good for like 2.5 ton. If I remember right. Let me look. If it's good ice. Yeah, 2.5
I think
ton.
you're right.
2.5 ton. So 7,000 pounds. Oh, come on. Really? Jim Maui, thank you. I will get that set up as soon as I get off stream here. Jim Maui just donated money to get the cloud server back on. So we'll get that done. I'll get up early in the morning and go home and get it turned back on. Thank
we have
you.
no ice in NH yet. Not sure we will until January, February.
Yeah, in real life was just on here yesterday, and he said they hadn't gotten any ice out there either. He was talking about taking his kayak out again this weekend. Little bullheads, man. It's one thing I love about this Humminbird setup right now is it's got this graph, so I can get that. It's good. That means I'll be a month ahead on the server too. Mint.
Da Buzzard says, good eve, Mr. Ron.
Buzz, what's happening? He's riding out way up here. See if we can't get a little bullhead on. It took me a little bit to figure out how to set this graph up and read it. I don't even use the other part of it. I just run right off the graph part. I learned how to use it when I was trolling. But I do think for the cheapest option that I'm going to do is I'm going to upgrade this to the 360 view, or not just do the 360 for now. I'll use this deucer for running and gunning, but then like here in the fish house, I'll have the 360 set up. Because I can clamp that right to the side of the whole sleeve. Might have been a little perch. Come on, dude. Getting some bottom interference. I got treats today. Somebody likes me. Actually, my youngin'.
Big Daddy yells, not stank, just follow the channel.
Thank you for the follow. I forgot my damn pillow again. Unbelievable. the biggest thing with living like this or staying on the lake is keeping up with fuel and propane. That is probably the biggest expense out here. Unless you're like me and you buy a lot of shiny things, but I've been pretty good this year. I've only bought one jig for ice fishing this year.
Lino 1997 just followed the channel.
Thank you for the follow. I'll give you guys a tour here in a minute. I got to go out and top off the bird kit. The biggest thing for me is every year I have to take the stuff out of here because in the fall we do a little bit of remodeling on this every year. This has kind of been a labor of love deal. I had an opportunity. I sold it once and regretted it. Bought it back. And then last fall, Jason came over and looked. When I seen the roof was all collapsed, and I said, well, how easy is that going to be? He said, can we fix that? And he said, yeah. And I said, okay. He knows I'm not a carpenter. I mean, he knows this verbatim. And my dad was a 40-year master carpenter, and I just could not pick it up. Like woodworking type stuff, like building little boxes and chests and things like that, I'm decent at. But doing carpentry, man, it's just been my nemesis. And got in here, we tore the ceiling out, only to find out that this thing was way worse than we thought. We ended up having to redo all the trusses in here. It had regular style house trusses in here. And then, lucky for me, I'm pretty blessed. Jason's like me. Anytime you can grab a hold of scrap lumber or whatever, extra lumber laying around somewhere, we grab it. And he had a whole bunch of 2x6s that came off a job site and stuff that he had laying around. And we cut all single piece, all solid trusses in here. So all the trusses in here are a single solid piece of wood. They span from 1.5 inches out to the walls, and they go all the way to about 4.5 inches in the center, and they are solid. So that was the big project last year, and then we cut in the original hole sleeves that you guys seen, and we had them shimmed out with 5-gallon buckets. A lot of guys don't have issues with the 5-gallon buckets. Every time my auger would touch the side of them, I mean, I got stupid sharp blades. I run a 10-inch hole. These guys are all talking about, yeah, I run this and this. And I'm like, well, what size auger you? Well, I run a 6-inch or I run an 8-inch. And it's like, well, I run a 10-inch auger. Doesn't work for me. And as you can see, I got some stuff to put away. So what I've been doing is I've been putting stuff away as I come in here, and I take the containers back with me. I'm doing my best to keep things organized. The expedition will be done next week, which will help out a ton because things like the auger, the gas cans, things like that, just sit in the expedition, and I won't have to. Or once I can drive out on the lake, I won't have to worry about keeping them stored in here. And then once the ice fishing truck's done, and that's literally what that truck's job in life is going to be, as an ice fishing truck. Already got a plow for it. Secured another Leo plow. I'm just going to do the football airbag trick. If you guys don't know what that is, it's where especially in the old Fords, you just shove a football in the front coil springs and air them up once you got the... So... I'm not getting too exotic with this truck. It's an old carbureted inline 6. The Expedition is kind of my first project to get done. That was my mom's truck, so I want to get that one completed. And then next year we start on the back wall of this, and we're going to make the slot for the air conditioner. And then hopefully next summer I'll be in the van, but the summer after that we'll probably be dragging this out on the road with us. And I think we got tires for it too. Mr. Snacks, when he feels a little better, he's going to check. I think we got some tires out on the Ponderosa that'll actually fit on this all the way around. Gonna run a lower profile tire on it just so it's a little closer to the ice. And then next spring I'll put the new leaf springs in it. And then Jason and I were talking, once I get the 205s and the new springs in there, I think we're gonna add shock mounts. And I'm actually gonna put a set of shocks in here, just to kind of help out with the load that's on this thing, so it doesn't bounce and bob and weave so much.
RSN Comfy Hat asks, "Hey Ron, I am so sorry cuz I know you have been asked this a million times now, but what's been going on? You got a new job?"
I took on a part-time job. Start covering some of the overhead. I know it's very hard for people this time of year. Hell, it's hard for me. But we came in pretty short last month. I've been kind of the last couple of months, I've really been putting some use to my credit cards, and I'm not bad in. I'm not bad in at all. I'm about 10,500 in, or 10,050 in, and to me that's not bad. My first week in business with my courier service, I was in debt $13,000, so I'll take that as a win. Been doing it since March and only 10,050 in, and I know that's a lot of money. People are like, that's insane. But in the eyes of business, that's pretty good. And honestly, if you know anything about business or anything about that kind of stuff, negative equity is better than no equity. So now I actually have something. Ron Cleveland Outdoors is an LLC. And the nice thing about having the LLC and the way my insurance is set up, you know, it works out better for me because I want to build this up to do a whole lot more. I want to start becoming a place for smaller streamers to be able to start getting themselves acclimated to IRL streaming. I don't want it to be all about me. Hell, I'm 43 or 44 years old, fat, and I like to relax once in a while. But if I can get set up well enough to where you take streamers who've got promise and people would love to do this full time, and I want to start getting established well enough to get a good group of sponsors so that way when we walk in and we say, hey, we got this guy, he's going full time, what are you offering him? I'm going to do what nobody else in social media is doing for anybody else. That's my plan. All right, get up here. Grab my pitching hat. Oh, my whirly bird for my outside temperature broke. I need a dip before we do all this.
Marcos Ma 1 says hello.
Howdy. All right, gloves. Oh, this one's charged.
Big Daddy yells Marcos Ma 1 just followed the channel.
Thank you for the follow.
Arula Talk asks, did Yob bring the jerky?
Nope. Ain't got it yet. Drink token. Brought the dip though. Dips and chips. And you got a certified dork that you're watching. Alright. Where's my headlamp? Where did I set that bad boy at? There it is. Still got to figure out where I'm going to put the mini fridge. I may have to build a platform off of that wheel well, which I don't really want to do. Because right here's a spot that I can put a cod in.
Ooze whistle for you says you.
Alright. Move this. See if I can clip you guys on here that's screwing this up. Bird. That's Can you hear me now? How about now?
And says back.
All right. So the upgrades that we did this year, there's the old Vexlar. You always keep an old trusty FL8 around. If you ever go ice fishing, you always keep one of them around. I actually have 3 of those FL8s. Make sure you keep one around. So these are the hull sleeves. They're like 42 by 12 interior. They're like 48 by 18 if I remember right. 48 by 18 on the outside. There's 1.5 inch insulation in them. There's the Humminbird graph running. I got another one on this side. I can actually put 4 of these holes in here, or I can cut them out for spear holes. These are 2 of the original holes, and next year we may sleeve them just for shits and giggles. And then that's the construction debris I forgot to take out. And then there's an electronics hole there if I ever get 360 or Garmin LiveScope. We added these this year.
Tygas17 says, hey, watching you from Portugal.
Right on. Thank you. These are my 100-pound cylinders. It's a 30,000 BTU ventless wall heater with the CO2 detector in it. And then this light's actually hooked up to the battery bank, so that way I can, even if I got the generator off, I forgot my power wash today, so I'll probably go home to wash them. But that's a view in a hole. Once I can start driving a vehicle on the ice, like I'll have those fans in there. I can take some of the stuff that I'm storing in here right now for early ice. I can get it out of here. Right now, the only reason those fans are in that cabinet is because when it gets blistering cold out here, what we're waiting to see is if it gets blistering cold out here, we're waiting to see if these hull sleeves, we haven't had below 0 yet. So if it gets cold enough and it can't keep up, so the way it works is the heat rises up to this 18-inch oscillating wall fan, and it circulates it throughout the house. I don't know if you guys will be able to see that, but I've got it on setting number 2, and it's 64 degrees in here, which is perfect. Amazon Smart TV, Lugabaloo, dish storage, laser box, tapestry, courtesy of Dash Life. You got me that for my birthday. Always got to have lots of TP. TP is always the thing. Got to have lots of TP. That's my 20-pound kicker. In case for whatever reason these run out and I'm not keeping track of them. Yeah. So in Minnesota, it is cheaper to fill one of these tanks, if you fill one of these tanks, than if you're to go get this filled 5 times. It's cheaper to fill one of them. So that's why we went, the only reason we went to them, because this thing on really cold days will go through 10 pounds of propane a day, as it just kicked on. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn this up a little bit, because we're going to go outside, and I'm pretty sure the wind's blowing out here. Yep. Just like that. Because I'm one-arm abandoning it right now. Yeah, it's even snowing out here a little bit. That's the power system. Oh. So we're going to close this so it doesn't blow out the stove. Yeah, this is like snow rain shit. I think I might have to run up and go get the tarp out of this isn't supposed to hit until tomorrow night, but it's hitting tonight. Because if I don't do it tonight, when I come out tomorrow morning, this will be froze solid and I won't be able to get off the lake. So, I did this yesterday. Running out as much of the old gas as I could. It's been in there since the last camping trip. It's even gotten cold. Oh, son of a tweezer. Why am I doing this? I have gloves. This one. It's like freezing ass cold now. I'm not even gonna lie. Really cold out here all of a sudden. I had to roll my jacket on when I can't. The oil change on that. So that's good. So take this cap off. Set this on the back of the foot for right now because I'm one-handed. I'm gonna sit right here while I do this.
And says signal getting a little. Big Daddy yells hound just followed the channel.
For the follow. Give me 1 second. Yeah, it's getting cold. Getting really cold. Put this out. Breaking the shack. This is blown away. See how much difference that weed boost makes. Man, it is cold out there. All right, give me one to close the door here.
The tide just channeled.
Follow. Yeah, it's cold out there real quick. What I'm gonna do is take my boots off over so that's all dry. And that's fish house. Stay up on fuel, both propane and You'll hear me? No, maybe so. Nope. Oh, I forgot the Bluetooth's hooked up to this phone. Oh, I gotta make curtains. Got two.